What's up, guys? It's your boy Extendo here, back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about Attack on Titan, or Shingeki no Kyojin as some people like to call it. Honestly, this show has been amazing for over a decade, and since it's finally ending after 3 fucking years, I want to commemorate it by telling you guys my top 10 Attack on Titan moments of all time. This is going to be stemming from season 1 all the way to the ending here. Now listen, I'm anime only, so none of these moments are going to be, with the manga. But for this, it's just going to be all anime moments. And I'm actually really excited to see the ending, see what the hell happens. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into this. But before we get into this, please hit that like and subscribe button. Please hit the post notifications bell if you like my content and can be notified whenever I post. But yeah, let's get into this. Coming in at number 10, we have Eren versus Annie number 1. And I'm not just talking about their specific 5-minute battle in the forest. I'm talking about that whole sequence. Coming from when Eren and Levi and shit were running away from her to where Annie killed all the Levi squad. And then Eren got the rage and shit. That whole shit, that shit was peak. When I first saw the shit, I was on the edge of my seat. I'm not even joking. I was going side to side. I didn't know what the fuck to do. Because Annie was literally chasing them boys down. And the thing that makes this scene so great, in my opinion, is that you don't know what the fuck's gonna happen next. I love that feeling of when you don't know what's gonna happen next, because it adds so much suspense to the scene. And I was just like, yo, will he transform here? Will he not? Levi's telling him, you choose. His squad mates are telling him, don't fucking do it, trust us. And Eren's just freaking out like that. This scene was absolutely peak when I first saw it. And honestly, it's just monumental. I think it's better than the second fight, because the second fight, I don't know, it hit, but it didn't really hit like that first fight. So yeah, that's why this is at number 10. Coming in at number 9, we have Levi versus the Beast Titan. And honestly, this fight was absolutely amazingly animated for something that came back all the way back then. I think this is better animated than most of the shit that comes out now. But honestly, getting back to the fight here, this fight's just amazing. From start to finish, when Levi just pulls up on him through the smoke with the Titan blood all over him, steaming and everything, that shit was fucking peak. The plan was peak. Irvins Speech before was peak. But we're going to talk about that later. And honestly, bro, Levi versus the Beast Titan was probably one of the best get-backs I've ever seen in all of anime. It was just super satisfying to watch Zeke finally get his ass punished by Levi, especially after he tried egoing him and shit. He's like, yeah, no one on the human team can guard me type shit. And then Levi just came in and spanked his ass. I rate that shit. So this is at number 9. And at number 8, we have the Fall of Shagan. Now, only words, the words I'm about to say right now, they can't even describe how great this scene is. Because the Fall of Shagan was fucking perfect. From start to finish, that shit was perfect. I'm not even capping. Bro, the way they set this shit up, where the first freaking scene of episode 1 is the Fall of Shagan, and we don't even know it yet. That's the first scene of episode 1, and we're just sitting there yo, what the fuck was that? But then when that shit actually happens and we go back and look and we're like, yo, this guy actually seen all that shit, bro. What the hell? That's how you know AOT is greatness. Just this first episode alone, this first scene of just true despair. We see Eren's mom gets killed in front of him. It's just pure despair, and it really sets the tone for the rest of the series moving forward. Honestly, this scene was just absolute peak fiction. And it's probably one of the best first episodes in anime, if not the best. And yeah, moving on. This is number 8. The Rumblings activation. Now, everything leading up to this, usually AOT, the build up for this shit is perfect, like usual AOT. But the thing about this scene is that it just solidifies final act. This is going to be the final few chapters of the series, and we're going to see Eren go on a march to destroy the entire world. If that doesn't sound sick, I don't know what the fuck else will. Because the way his head got shot off, and I know everyone that was watching the episode just gaps, yo, what the fuck? Eren just died. And then Zeke catches him, and then we get that whole other shit that I'm about to talk about later. And then he activates the rumbling after finessing Zeke. Bro, that shit has to be some of the most, that's probably one of the best executed sequences in fiction. That shit was just perfect. and the rumbling itself just looked amazing in the anime as it does in the manga, and it just really sets in that tone of, yo, this is it, like this is the final act, this is the climax, we're here, Eren is about to destroy the world. But yeah, this is number 7. The Rer Plot Twist. This shit, I cannot stress enough. I won't lie. When I first watched the show, I low-key got spoiled on this. I never told anyone about this, but I low-key got spoiled. But I wanted to act like I didn't know, so like the experience was kind of the same as I didn't know. I don't know. It's weird. But honestly, this scene was still peak, even though I knew. And I can go back and watch this scene right now. It'll still give me chills. Like, this shit was just fire, bro. Reiner just out of nowhere, like literally out of nowhere, comes up. He's like, yo, Eren, me and Bertolt, like, we're sliding on you guys. We've been sliding on you guys for the past couple years. And honestly, you should come with us. Like, fuck this place. Let's go. And Eren's just like, bro, what the fuck's going on? And I feel like that first, like, when Reiner says that shit, most people just listening and they're like, wait, what? Like, wait, what? They don't really, like, take in, like, what the fuck he's saying. Right? And then after that, like, we see Mikasa pull up on BT. She's like, what are you guys talking about? Right? And they're trying to press my boy Eren, right? And Eren's just like, he's just sitting there like, what the hell is going on? And then they start transforming, and that's how you know shit's going down, bro. Mikasa goes, she slashes Reiner, she slashes Bertolt, she's about to finish him off. They both transform, bro. And that shit was crazy. OST booming, animation booming, Eren booming. Eren was completely devastated at this. His emotion was directed perfectly. I feel like that's exactly how he should have reacted to this. And honestly, like, this scene was just pure perfection. This plot twist, as a plot twist, it's a good twist. I don't think it's one of the best twists, to be honest, in all fiction. But I feel like it's a good twist. You know what I'm saying? Good twist for the story, good twist for everything. But yeah, honestly, this shit was just peak fiction. Moving on. Kicking off the top 5, we have the attack on Marley. And honestly, this shit was crazy. Alright, I can't stress enough how those first few episodes of Season 4, because after that blockbuster of Season 3, you're just sitting here wondering, like, yo, what the fuck? All these characters look different. I don't know who the hell any of these people are. You're not really attached to any of these characters, but then you realize, yo, we're in fucking Marley right now. Like, this is the spot, right? This is the racist spot. This is the spot where all the rednecks are at, right? So then we see this freaking long hair looking guy, and we're all wondering, like, yo, who is this? Honestly, anyone with a brain would know this is Eren. But since I don't have a brain, I didn't even know this was fucking Eren. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know it was Eren until he actually, like, revealed himself to be Eren. And, like, his eyes started lighting up and shit. But honestly, this was fucking peak. Eren goes downstairs, fucking finesses the shit out of Falco. And he's like, hey, yo, Falco, you know, Reiner's here. Thank you for bringing his ass. Yo, Reiner, we're the same. He just transforms, shakes his hand, destroys freaking Marley. Gets that get back that we've been waiting for since episode 1, and this shit just solidifies Eren as a freaking demon. This guy pulled up on BT, destroyed all of Marley, like the town square. He destroyed that shit with his Titan, and that was not it. This dude literally fought the Warhammer Titan, right? And since the Warhammer Titan has like some type of like thing that's covering its like creator, it's like a diamond that shields its creator whenever it's transformed. This guy got that shit. Then he used the Jaw Titan to literally break the diamond that the creator was like enshielded in, and then ate the creator. Bro, I'm not even kidding when I say this. That was some of those Black Air Force shit I've ever seen. On top of that, this guy didn't let the freaking Warhammer Titan even transform, breaking one of the rules of anime. Honestly, that was just crazy. And like, I'm being serious. This was absolutely insane when I seen this shit. It was perfectly written. The parallel, everything, like that the dynamic between him and Reiner, peak. It was just straight peak fiction. The action was peak, and the time skip designs were peak, except for Mikasa. And honestly, yeah, it was just fucking fire. Attack on Marley, kicking off the top 5. Coming right after Attack on Marley at number 4, we have Irvins Speech. Bro, Irvins Speech was one of the most chills moments in anime I've ever had in my life. And honestly, that shit shook me to the core. Like, when I seen him riding to a certain death and he was screaming his fucking speech in that English dub, bro, I felt like I was riding with him. I felt like I was flawed, like another soldier right behind him. If anyone said that shit, that same speech, going into a fight with me, bro, I'm being so dead ass. I'll be feeling like I'm a freaking demon going into that fight, bro, because that speech shook me to the core. That shit gave me like a six-pack, some abs, and some fucking powers, bro. Because I'm not even joking, this speech was absolutely amazing. A great conclusion for Irvin's character. Honestly, like, there's not much to say about this because of how perfect it is. That's just crazy. It just gives you the chills. And even so, what I like about AOT is that it gives you a sick moment, but the sick moments are not even like, they're not always sick moments where the heroes are winning. Like, you know, even after this amazing speech, Irvin dies. Like, he dies after this shit. This is a sick ass moment, but he dies, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, doesn't leave a sour taste in your mouth. It's like, bro, this guy went out like a G. I fucking rate him type shit, you know? Honestly, should have resurrected Irvin instead of that useless hypocrite Armin. But yeah, that's for another video. Anyways, this is sitting at number 4. On to the top 3. Kicking off the top 3, we have the Grisha Jaeger plot twist. Honestly, this shit was absolutely amazing. Like, literally, I got spoiled for this too, but the fact that this was still fucking this crazy amazes me to this day. I've seen this shit and I was like, at first I couldn't even comprehend what the fuck happened. But when you finally understand what happens in the scene, you really appreciate Isayama's writing, because the whole story, you can look at this shit in a new light. And that's what a great author does. He will reveal something or show something to you that will make you see the whole story in a new light. And when you read the story again with that new light in your head, you see so much new shit that hints to that exact moment. And that's exactly why this shit is a masterpiece. That's exactly why this scene is a masterpiece. That's exactly why Isayama is one of the greatest authors of all time. Honestly, this scene was fucking perfect, bro. It was cold. That shit gives you chills. It shows you just Aaron's just straight like determination. You can see the anger in his face looking at Frida and all those wall-loving bitches. You could see the anger in his face, bro. He went down to his dad and said, you know what they fucking did to your sister? Get the hell up, bro. Let's do this shit. And Grisha done that shit. He done murdered them all. But more than just like murdering them and shit, we're supposed to be cheering for Grisha. No, after we see him murder them, Grisha's out here like devastated. Like, this what you want me to do, Aaron? What the fuck? Like, it's hella like scary almost. Like, the way Aaron has just transformed into a devil, but he hasn't really transformed into a devil because he's always been that same devil. It's literally insane how well written this scene is. And honestly, this is like probably one of the best plot twists in fiction. AOT in terms of plot twists, nothing comes close. And it's not even like a competition. But yeah, this is number 3. Number 2, we have Freedom. Now, I understand this was the scene in the last episode, but this panel has been floating around for a very long time. And yeah, I have seen analyses and shit on it, like about the writing and how well written it is. But that's not really the reason I like this so much. I like this moment so much as a fan of Eren Yeager more than of a fan of AOT. Eren Yeager as a character has always like kind of stuck out to me. Seasons 1 to 3, he was like a, mad, aggressive, like just kill everything. Like, I love that shit. I didn't love it as much of his emo, but I was like, okay, it's not that bad. Honestly, Levi was my favorite character those 3 seasons, but I still liked Eren as a character, right? Then when I seen his transition from season 4 onward, I was like, okay, now he means business. Like, I really like the way his character's progressing, right? And then so when you see him here obtain his goal, kind of, when he says freedom, and it's kind of like a false sense of reality. Like, it looks like clouds, but it's the Titan smoke, and it's just executed brilliantly. And he's like a kid and shit. I'm just like sitting here and looking at this, like, this is perfection. There's not much to say about this, not as much as the last one, but this is just Eren's best peak in the series. I think this is the best peak in the series for any character. And yeah, this is like a top 5 peak of all time. So yeah, this is at number 2. And at number 1, if you know me, you probably guessed this. It is the basement reveal / the sea scene. Honestly, this shit's just the peak of AOT for me. Return to Shiganshina itself is probably one of the greatest arcs I've ever seen in my life. Just completely mind-blowing. Remember how I said at number 3, the Grisha plot twist completely like makes you look at the series in a different light? This shit made me look in the series in a different light. Like, I couldn't look at Attack on Titan the same. The first 1 to 3 seasons, I was like, okay, this is good, but it's nothing crazy. Like, yeah, I was setting up plot points and shit, but I was like, it's nothing crazy. After I seen this, Attack on Titan flew right into my top 3. Like, no doubt, this shit flew right into my top 3. Because Attack on Titan here was literal perfection. This reveal clears up all the questions I had from season 1 to 3. It makes perfect sense. It has perfect foreshadowing to all these events too. On top of that, it's just perfect. Like, you see Eren's disappointment when he sees the sea. And he sees, like, yo, if we kill everyone out there, will we finally, like, you know what I'm saying, obtain freedom? And then we see Armin and shit playing, and they have no idea. Eren really woke out here, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's woke, and these guys are fucking retarded. So you can really, like, feel him in a sense, right? You can see where he comes from. And now it's like almost as if the story has just flipped on its head, where before it was, I'm going to kill all the Titans, and we find out the Titans ain't even, the Titans are our people. Like, that's us. We don't got to kill all these guys. You know what I mean? Like, that's us. Yeah, they want to kill us, but, like, it's not even like the Titans are, like, even, like, a threat anymore. Now it's really, like, this whole, like, other world that's been kind of isolating Paradise and shit. This scene was well written. It was dark. It was just perfect. It gave us all the answers we needed. And yeah, this is probably the greatest plot twist I've ever seen in any manga and anime. This shit made me, like, my mind was blown after watching this. To this day, if I went back and watched this, my mind would still be blown of how crazy, like, good it is. I know people might be thinking that, yo, you're probably overrating this shit. It's not that good. I'm telling you right now. If you watch AOT for the first time with no spoilers, by the way, I got no spoilers for this. Watch this for the first time with no spoilers. You're definitely going to have your mind blown, like, conjunculated. Like, there's no way. That's why I wish I could see what the reaction was like when this happened in the manga, because I know people will be like, yo, what the fuck? Like, this is insane, bro. But yeah, this added on world building, character depth, character progression, great writing, just very entertaining scenes too. It's just perfect. This is at number 1. My favorite moment in AOT. Hey, what's up, guys? It's the end of the video. If you guys like my top 10, please make sure to like the video, subscribe, hit the post notifications bell, and comment what your top 10 moments in AOT were down below. Honestly, I had a lot of fun making this video, and I'm just kind of sad right now because one of my favorite shows of all time, Attack on Titan, is about to end. It's going to be a really tragic ending, like November 4th, man. We will be there. Honestly, this show's been monumental. It's held a very impact in my life, you know what I'm saying? It's made me literally look at shows differently. So yeah, Attack on Titan is literal peak fiction. It'll always remain in my heart. And yeah, honestly, we just got to push on to the last episode. And yeah, bye, guys.